Hi and welcome to S.Chablis for this 10th episode in the second season of the Q&A. Today we're going to talk wine shop and things that are not so enjoyable with a wine shop. With a wine shop. It could be linked to some customers. I'll see you in a sec. Hi and welcome to S.Chablis. I hope you had a wonderful week. We're back for this week's Q&A, and I have a question from Beatrix from London. Hi Arnaud. You seem joyful all the time. I try to, but there are surely things that you don't like in your job or with some customers. Well, let's tackle the first part. I've already answered on the job. Things like the administrative part I'm not really fond of. I feel that's a lot of paper, a lot of documents, a lot of time that I could spend somewhere else or with someone else. So that's not really the part I'm really fond of. Now with customers, it's basically never linked to a question, because most of the time you might feel that I'm getting bored answering for the millionth time that there are no red wines in Chablis or with the Chablis name on the label. But that's not the case. We can't all be wine, Chablis wines, Burgundy wine all in all, specialist. So the reason S.Chablis exists is really to answer those questions and to bring some kind of information, knowledge to different customers. But with some customers, I don't even know if I can call them customers, because most of the time they are not going to be customers. I would say there are 4 things that I'm not really fond of. The first thing is people that are rude. I try to open the door and take wines to the car and say hello and say bye. Even on off day, I really try to be smiling all the time. As you said, I try to be rather joyful. So whenever I'm going to say I and people just try to escape and do not want to communicate or are just plainly rude, that's not something I really enjoy, of course. Again, I won't be in your face all the time. The only thing I'm going to say is hello and ask if you need advice, if you need assistance. If you don't, if you just want to have a look around, that's fine. That's not the type of customer I actually think is bad. I mean, if you just want to have a look around, feel free. You've got plenty of bottles, plenty of wines, plenty of labels. Do have fun. But try not to be rude. Probably the second thing I have in mind is really linked to reservations. If you are going to book a table, and know that usually I don't book tables, but if you're a big group, I will. I will do that. But as S.Chablis, again, is a fairly small place, if you book, do cancel if you don't feel like coming anymore. Because when you book, I'm going to block. I'm gonna keep all those places, all those seats, all those tables for you. So if somebody else comes in, I'm gonna tell them, you know what, I'm fully booked, I can't have you right now, maybe later, which means I'm gonna lose a potential customer for you. So do tell us, I mean, and that is probably true for my place and any place. If you make a reservation, do come. Or cancel well before. Cancelling 5 minutes before a booking is okay, because we know it's better than not cancelling at all and not showing up. But do cancel, even if it's at the last minute. In some places, there might be a cost, but still, do cancel. Most of us are going to be fairly nice when you do that. Again, keep in mind that we're going to book the place, so that's lost space, and we're going to buy maybe bread or maybe food for you. So if you don't show up, there's basically no chance we're going to be able to resell that. So that's loss. And we are small businesses, so those kind of losses can be big at the end of a month. So it's only a phone call away. Do call us and ask people just to call me if they want to cancel. That's fine. Same thing goes for, I mean, if you book for 12 and you show up and there's only 5 of you, that's not something I really am fond of. It's not as bad as not cancelling at all. But still, if we are preparing for 12, it's not the same thing as preparing for 5. So that's tables we could have booked for or given to someone else. So keep in mind that it's just pure courtesy and it's good for business. So there you go. Another thing, it's probably about being rude, because that's usually, I mean, if you ask for a promotion, for a rebate, that's fine if it comes into a conversation at some point. But starting without a hello, and if I tell that to you, is because it happened a couple of times, especially now because it's sales time in France. So getting in the shop and asking straight on, do you do sales? Do you do promotions? It is probably not the best way to start a conversation, because the answer is going to be no, I don't do sales, I don't do promotion, unless you want to buy a full crate, in which case I might be okay giving you maybe 1 bottle, maybe 2 bottles, or lowering the price. But on 1 bottle, no, I'd rather stick to a fair price from day one, rather than, you know, increasing the price, increasing my margin, and then during sales say, look how good I am, and I'm going to have you a 20%, 30%, 70%. I don't even know how it's possible to do a 70% rebate, but there you go. I can't do those things, so I don't do those things. I try to be straight to the point from the first time bottles are on the shelves. The last one is a bit more funny. It's what I would call a fake customer. People who are getting in the shop, having a quick look around, asking if I have toilets. Yes, I do have toilets. They're for customers only. So that's quite fun, because they have a look around, they ask a couple of questions, then ask for a toilet. And when they come out of a toilet, weirdly enough, they just move on, they just go their way and leave. So it's no big deal. It's just that outside the shop there are plenty of public toilets, so do use them. There's a reason why they're there, and there's a reason why we actually try and keep the toilets for our customers. There you go, Beatrix. I hope that answered your question. Still, I'll try to be joyful all the time. If you have questions on your side, you can send them over. You can use social media for that and find S.Chablis on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. All week long you're going to find, well, many different information about what is happening here, which wines are getting in the shop, or maybe which kind of event I'm actually hosting. If you're interested, of course, do follow S.Chablis on these social media. I hope you're going to have a beautiful week, and remember, keep on tasting.